Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for May 28th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in these markets today. First up, we got August live cattle on the board. We did see a less than impressive day here for this cattle market. Prices settling back a little bit here as we did see those bulls fail to keep any of yesterday's momentum moving. The bulls tried to put up a fight early today. A couple tests of this 242 level, trying to find support. We made a brief run up there towards 243, but just we weren't able to keep that traction going. Too much resistance up here in last week's value area highs. Sellers continue to push back here as we did see a pretty weak finish into the close. Today's action ending the day right on top of our bull pivot at 241.15, but just signaling a little bit of weakness as we head into tomorrow's session. Bulls have a chance to fight back here. If they do get a nice strong push above 241 early tomorrow and push back up into the mid 240s, that could keep this rally attempt alive. But right now, they are kind of facing some headwinds here. Offers below today's low at 240.92 will signal more weakness here for this cattle market. Look for them to take this market back down here to these sub 240 levels in the event of offers below today's low. Want to be cautious here as we head into the weekend. Tomorrow's the last trading session of the week, so if we do see those bulls push back into the mid 240s, we could see them take that rally attempt into next week. However, a weak finish back down here below 240 could cause some concern and signal some more selling pressure into next week as well. As we dance around this 237 level, it's going to be pretty crucial here as we go into the weekend. We want to make sure that we're not taking any bad positions home. Get defensive if we do see more weakness tomorrow. Tomorrow's close is going to be an important one. Look for these bulls to try and fight back early, but if they're not, that's going to spell some trouble for next week. So look for a battleground here tomorrow, and we'll just have to wait and see how this week finishes up. But a weekly finish down here below 240 could spell some trouble. I encourage everyone to get defensive in that case and to raise a little bit more cash before going into the weekend. Next up, we got August feeders on the board. Similar story here in this feeder market, just continuing to see some weakness. This August feeder contract did see a little bit of pushback early today, try and rally back above that prior day's high. However, just weren't able to get that overhead gap closed. Not a good look there with these bears pushing back down there below 353 into the close today. This overhead gap failing to get closed is just going to signal more weakness as we head into tomorrow's session. Look for those bears to attack today's low at 352.60 tomorrow. In the event of that, should be a pretty quick mark down here into these sub 350 levels. We should see more volatility and a little bit of more selling pressure here in this feeder market. As we head into the weekend, I encourage everyone to still be defensive here and look for a better day to trade this thing. Until these bulls can get a finish back up here, close that gap, and finish back up here above 355.5, we should see more weakness here for this feeder market in the near term. We could see a little bit more weakness, so don't be taking anything into the weekend that you don't want, as we could see some more downside into week 22. So be defensive here. Look for tomorrow's close in these live end feeder markets to tell a lot about the story as we head into next week. Next up, we got our July corn futures on the board. We did see this market try and muster up some support here down in the 450s today. Price finishing yesterday right down there near 452. A little bit of pushback inside of that prior day's range, but nothing major here. As anticipated, we expect to see more support here in the low 450s. This market has been range bound in recent months, and we expect to see that trend continue. If we do get a nasty weekly close back down here below 450, that could signal some more downside into next week. But at the moment, this corn market continues to be pretty comfortable here in the mid $4 range. Look for the bulls to try and push back up here and push this thing back up into the 460s. Keep this market range bound in the near term. Close down here below 450 negates that and could signal some more downside. But we expect to see this choppy action continue here in this crude oil market, this corn market. Next up, crude oil on the board. We did see this market balancing out here around $90 today. This market flushing lower all week long so far, as we have some news giving this crude oil market some headwinds here at the moment. However, we still we are still trading inside this range down here near $90. We continue to expect bulls to push back. If we do see more downside or any sort of major news that could cause some concern for this crude oil market, ending of the war, anything like that could push a pretty significant move lower down towards $80. We are seeing these lower highs. It's looking like this thing's coming to a close here, and we should see this crude oil market continue to bleed back down here towards the $80 range. Look for the downside continue. If we do get any sort of spikes off these this $90 area, look for that choppy action continue. But it's looking like this crude oil market has kind of seen the last of the upside here, and we should see some downward pressure here in the near term for this crude market. Next up, equity markets on the board. We did see a little bit of weakness overnight. This market pushing lower early today, but then during the day session, we saw a nice spike back into those all-time highs. Nasdaq pushing back up there, nearing yesterday's highs. The Dow seeing a pushback off of those lows, finishing up there near the highs of the day, while the S&P did trade up here into new all-time highs. At the moment, this market just continues to show good signs of strength. Got plenty of support here in these mega caps and the biggest pieces of this puzzle. We should expect to see more upside here. Now it's going to be a pretty smooth sailing environment here for these equity markets. Keep that money working and keep looking for deals out there. Now is a good time to keep buying things if you see the right price, and we should see more upside here throughout the remainder of this month and into the month of June. So look for the upside to continue here for the stock market. Everything is looking like pretty smooth sailing from here. Got a nice strong environment. We should see the upside continue. That's all we got here for this week. Thank you everyone for tuning in all week long. We'll catch you guys over the weekend for a Week 22 Market Watch. Thank you and have a good night.